Dígwyd agus fáilte tá an airnach woodworker story. I'm Phil Gaynor. Today is the 7th of May and it's about 11:45 in the morning, and I decided I haven't done a YouTube video in a hell of a long time, so I said I'd do a quick chit-chatty typey video to let you know what's happening, what's going on. I've no workshop at the moment. Anyway, we'll get into that now in a few minutes. The first thing I want to talk about is health and safety, and PPE in particular. Okay. As a woodworker, learning the skills back in the mid-80s, there was no PPE. And thankfully I always wore glasses. And when you're working with dusty materials and all that sort of thing, these glasses here, you need safety glasses. So any woodworker, anyone in the building industry, anyone in a woodworking environment, take care of yourself. You don't want to end up like me, guys, 52 years of age and battling cancer. All because I was silly and I didn't wear the proper PPE. And PPE only really came in by 2010. By 2010, after that big bust up, the Celtic Tiger and the whole lot, when we came back to the sites, PPE was a huge push forward on the industry. And hard hats and all that. And look, it's good, right? It's good. But when you haven't worn them for years, you be, effing and blinding and this is stupid. But it's not stupid. It's very important to take care of your health. And it's good to see big companies making sure you take care of your health. And on the basis of health, right? Safety glasses. A pair of good quality gloves, okay. I use these MaxiFlex, €2 a pair. I buy a half dozen pairs, and when they're gone, they're gone. Go off and buy another. Spend another €12. And most importantly, and this is where we fall flat on our face, guys, the whole lot of us, each and every one of us, I see it on YouTube every day, a proper dust mask. Right, they start at about €40. They wind up over €100. But you know what? Your health is your wealth. And with the materials we use today, MDF, cheaper grades of plywood, teak is a devil, dust, and lots of other products out there when you're using a table saw. Make sure you've got this. And especially with a track saw is nearly taken over from the table saw, especially on building sites. Make sure you've got proper PPE. And if you're a foreman out there, make sure the hewers wear them, because it's their health. And one last thing about health and safety, right, is your lunch. And you might say to me, what the heck are you talking about? Believe me. As a young fella, I just used to have 2 packets of crisps, 2 cans of Coke, and a Mars bar. And I done that as a young fella all the way up to my 30s. And then I met the beautiful wife after that, and I was always made taking lunch, flasks, sandwiches, and all that. Now there's a reason I'm telling you this, because I got pancreatic cancer. So it's called bile duct cancer. And I got the bile duct cancer because of bad eating habits. That's what causes it. If you're a heavy smoker, heavy drinker, or you have a bad diet, that's what causes bile duct cancer. Now, I never smoked, so that was a saving grace. Yeah, I did drink. I wasn't a heavy drinker, but I did drink. But my lunchtime habits was a downfall for me. In the end, 50 years of age, I got cancer. And it's so important now, guys, especially you guys out there. Eat healthy. Wear your PPE. You'll be the better of it. You'll be living into your 70s and your 80s. I'm not going to make 70 or 80. I'd be lucky if I make 55. And that's no joke. I've gone from pancreatic cancer now to liver cancer. Treatment's not going so great. And you never know. They told me I have something on my lungs as well. But look, that's not being discussed at the moment by the doctors. They're dealing with the liver. I'm just telling you. PPE, it's important. Right, that's that finished. I have that discussed. The next thing I want to talk about is these godforsaken whiskey cabinets. Right. Holy God, they're driving me insane. 6 months. They're going on 6 months. At this stage now, they're going into a skip. If I don't get them out here, they're going to a bloody skip. Jesus, I'm sick of looking at them. I've moved them more times than I've had hot meals. I'm not kidding with you. Anyway, them two cabinets, they've got to go. These are the longest cabinets I've ever built, by the way. Jesus, I don't understand why. So I'm going to go through a few of the books I have. Now, I'm going to tell you, 98% of my books are all English craftsmen. And then I have another 2% there that's probably American. The first book I'm going to show you anyway was gifted to me by a man called Robin Gates. Now, I don't know what happened between me and Robin, but not last Christmas, the Christmas before, we must have fallen out. I don't know what happened. He's never spoken to me since. Anyway, I don't know what that's all about. It's disappointing because he was good on Instagram, and I followed him on Instagram. He followed me, and we always had a bit of banter. And I sent over a smoke chef. I would never use it. The man, he done that sort of thing. A lovely box. And he sent me back this wonderful book. This wonderful book. It's the first edition, The Woodworker. Obviously, this is a reprint. And there's a lovely letter in it from to Phil. You know, blah, 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 blah. I'm not going to read it out, yes. But the book was first published in 1902 and republished in 1976. So this is the republished version in 1976. And if anyone had followed me on Instagram, I built a beautiful halt stand here, an umbrella stand out of this. And there's 3 other projects that's going to be built out of this one book. I love this book. This man sent this book over to me, not realising that my favourite era of woodwork is the 1900s. Why it's the 1900s is because it's the tail end of craftsmanship. So from 1900 to about 1960 was the tail end of good quality craftsmanship. By the mid-60s, you know, we started seeing big advances in power tools and all sorts of things. And carpenters were swaying away from the hand tools. And rightly so, it was a hard game. And by the 70s and 80s, you were able to purchase electric drills, electric circular saws, electric planers. Now, they were expensive. Like, I mean, you were talking for a real good quality, it was £600 or £700. So we don't fare out too bad today with the prices we pay. And our wages are a lot higher. The Woodworker, right? There's no name, there's no author's name on this book. I couldn't find it anyway. But The Woodworker, fantastic. I'm going to stick with The Woodworker for the minute because there's a reason for it, right? This is another book here, The Practical Woodworker, Bernard Jones. Okay, and again, it's a practical woodworker. It shows you everything from building fine furniture to roofing, building arches, you know, traditional joinery, garden furniture. It's a wonderful book to have, and again, it's part of the practical woodworker, right? Now, my favourite author is Charles Haywood. And Charles Haywood is he's a very impressive um, author, writer of books. Small hand tools, using hand tools, you know, making dovetails, um, building little boxes, bookcases, drinks trolleys. I mean, there's everything in it, to be honest with you. Cabinet making, building sheds, um, chairs. Really, he's a really, really, really good author, and you should look him up. He's really a fantastic author. And again, speaking of Charles H. Haywood, right? English Furniture at a Glance. Great book. Great book. I love this book. Sometimes when I'm looking for inspiration, I go to this book. I have a couple of books I go to. And again, it just gives you a quick look at English furniture. Now, this is going back into kind of Chippendale era furniture. And it's just a wonderful, you know, like building tall case clocks. I built a tall case clock. I built a grandmother's clock. I didn't know the bonnet top was a grandmother's clock when I was building it. And hey, I love it. I think it's a great clock. So Charles H. Haywood, if anyone can get their hands on his books, they're getting harder and harder to get. This is the man I'm always looking for. He's just magical to read. Explains everything to a T. Okay. The next book I have, I'd say it's, but you can't beat this man here, Thomas Chippendale. Huh? The Gentleman and Cabinet Maker's Director by Thomas Chippendale. Now, this is the third reprint. I absolutely love this stuff. I mean, look, the sheer level of craftsmanship that goes into anything that was built in 1776. Look at this. 1800, like. God almighty, guys. You won't get that level. Look at that. Look. And for me, Thomas Chippendale, he's my hero, because Thomas Chippendale set the bar, didn't he? He set the bar. He set the height for a table, 30 inches. He set the height for a chair. He set the height for a fancy unit. All the measurements come out in that book. That book, when it was printed back in 1700, had all the measurements of people. There was no guesswork. It's there. And we still use those principles today. There you go. So Thomas Chippendale, it's a great book to have, by the way. And I studied him when I was in college in 2010, when I went back to do some work. Now, I wanted to build a high boy. Okay. And I seen, the first time I wanted to build a high boy back in the 90s, when Norm Abraham built one, the new Yankee Workshop. And I wanted to do one for years. And then Matt Cremona built one. And I started looking to build one, couldn't get a book anywhere to give me measurements, couldn't get anything anywhere. And, you know, it just goes to show how good Matt Cremona is. He's an absolute gentleman. So when you go into Matt's format, right, there's on the top section there, you can click ask a question. I asked a question. I said, I want to build a high boy. Where would I get the measurements for? And he said I could go into the guild and I could get it from the guild, or I could go and try find a book by Glenn Huey. Now Glenn Huey, he's American, he's from Ohio. Wrong book. Anyway, building 18th century American furniture, right? And this is the high boy I'm building by Glenn Huey. And it's a fantastic, like I said, it's a fantastic book, and it gives you all you need to know about building this Massachusetts high chest. Okay. and it's Chippendale style. And getting back to YouTube, I mean, Matt Cremona, he really is a gentleman and he really cares about his fan base. Unlike some of the Muppets that are on there, they couldn't care less about you, but they'll take your money. But Matt Cremona, on the other hand, is A-OK. I follow him and he's a great illustrator, woodworker, tutor, he's everything. And I wish him all the luck in what he's doing because he deserves it. And the last part of my chit-chat video is YouTube. Now, I've not been well for the last couple of months and I've been sitting watching telly, YouTube in particular. And I honestly can't believe how bad YouTube has gone. It's really gone down the hill. It's really gone downhill, and it needs to pick itself up. It really does need to pick itself up. Now, there's still good guys on there. Paul Sellers, the grandfather of all YouTube woodworkers. Excellent. He never does anything without sharp tools. He'd never take a blunt chisel out. He'd never take a blunt hand plane out. And he'd never take a tri-cut with a blunt saw. Everything, he's always prepared. The man is prepared. And he has 5 or 6 of each chisel. And if one is blunt, he'll just go to another, go to another, go to another. And he'll eventually sharpen them all again. That's the way it is. He's fantastic. Or he might do a quick demo and he'll sharpen it in less than 3 minutes and he's back on his piece. That's craftsmanship. And YouTubers to look out for. Right, Sean Esley. Sean Esley is the YouTuber to look out for. He is a cabinet maker of the future. I'm not kidding with you. This guy has blown me away with everything he's done. I've seen him before when he was a youngster starting. He's only about 20 minutes, you know. He's at the building a lovely workshop and he's at getting some wow machines. I mean, his machines are absolutely beautiful. All paid by himself. YouTubers out there impress me starting out, but he's one hell of a YouTuber, that fella. So then definitely check him out, like, you know, please check him out, he's good. But one great loss in recent times is David Charlesworth. And I have to mention David Charlesworth because I met him. He was a little dope, he was. Over here you'd have a name from, you'd call him a Shanachie. And a Shanachie is a storyteller. And the man could tell great stories, though. Woodworking, doing the tricks and tips. And he was a great teacher. Sadly missed. Rest in peace, David. A quick rundown of, you know, general stuff in my life that's going on. And look, I hope you enjoy it. You might not, but anyway, I've given it my best shot. Trying to get back into YouTube. I'm a long time off YouTube now, and I'd like to get back woodworking. I'd like to revisit some of the stuff I built, and I've the high boy to finish. I've lots of jobs, and health's not, you know, chemotherapy is not going so well for me, and I am worried. Like, you know, I'm worried from the point of view, you know, you worry how long you've got left on this earth. You know? Hopefully a couple of years. It's been a tough 6 months for me. And now I've no workshop again because this place up here is being plastered in the next week or two. And it's after taking me 3 weeks to clean this place out, put all the machines away. And it's a bit soul destroying, actually, packing away your life's works, you know, what you've worked for, your machines and all your hand tools and the stuff you cherish most. Gifts from my wife, gifts from my sons, stuff I pick up every day and use. I make memories with, I make furniture with, and I don't sell anything, guys. I don't sell. I do it because I love what I do. I should be selling it. I should be selling it, but you know, the sort of prices I ask for, people won't pay it. Like it, them whiskey cabinets, you know, they're 700 quid. No one will pay me for it. Now, these are two gifts going out, but they're €700, and there's no borders on it, you know. My sunflower clocks, they're €850. People ask about them, tell them the price, and they shy away. You know, some of my little boxes, my jewellery boxes, they're 300 quid. People shy away. From an Irish woodworker story, I'm Phil Gaynor. I'm sorry about the waffle. If it's a boring video, please leave a message in the comments there, you know. But what I do urge people before I leave is, if you're not well, get out there and get something to get you off the chair. I've been sitting watching that bloody telly for weeks. I had to get myself off the chair this week, do some work. And I'm back in the workshop today doing a little chit-chat video. And I'm going to finish that last cabinet today. I'm going to finish that last cabinet. Because that has to go out to Tom this week. Because I only have the car for one day this week, because I don't have a car anymore. So I share the wife's car. It's temporary. The car died last year, and I've just not got around to changing it. But I will get it changed. Now, on that note, cheers guys, really appreciate you watching. Look, if you have something to say, stick it in the comments. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. You know, it's up to you guys. I can't make you write a comment, and I can't make you give it a thumbs up, and I can't make you subscribe. But if you're interested in seeing good quality work in the future, and I'll be using machines, I won't be using all the hand tools. There's no interest here, especially in Ireland, there's no interest in hand tools. That's what I see. Anyway, good luck.